Chris Hipkins Lambastes Pāti Māori corruption, census data exploitation. The failed Prime Minister and temporary leader of the opposition, Chris Hipkins, expresses grave concern regarding the dubious behaviour of their partner in chaos Pāti Māori, and the Waipara Trust. Of course, John Tamiheri plays the saint card and denies any wrongdoing. Dear John, nobody believes you. Thank you for listening. Geraint, on behalf of WhangareiTim.
They're pretty serious allegations, and I think were all of these allegations out there to be demonstrated to be correct, then that's a pretty serious situation that they're finding themselves in. Well, I think there's now this morning there were 3 entities that need to be involved. I think there's now 4. So I think the Electoral Commission certainly need to be involved, because any allegations of impropriety in terms of what candidates have done, that needs to be closely looked at. Stats New Zealand need to be involved in making sure that no data that was collected as part of the census was then used for a different purpose that it wasn't intended for. So that's important. I think we now need to add health NZ into the list as well, so to make sure that vaccine data, people's personal health information hasn't been inappropriately used. And then the final entity is ultimately the police. If the Electoral Commission find that there's an illegal practice that's been engaged in terms of the campaign, then that's a matter for the police. So I think all 4 of those entities need to be involved in making sure that what's happened here is all completely legitimate and above board. Well, I'm concerned about, I'm always concerned about some of the more inflammatory rhetoric that they say. I mean, the calls for a separate Māori parliament, I think actually a significant proportion of Māoridom don't support that. So, I mean, I think that kind of inflammatory rhetoric is really unhelpful. But this, in particular, I'm mindful of the fact that, this was a seat that we lost by a very small number of votes. And so, I think if there was any improper behaviour and proper conduct, then it is important that we find out what happened there.